Hi, I'm Sunny B7, and this is Story Time. Are you in a relaxing mood at the moment? Are you ready to listen and feel the energy of a great story? If not, take 3 deep breaths and pause for a moment and let your mind slow down. You probably can tell I had to slow down for the occasion as well, because this is the kind of story that will initiate your senses and enact your curiosity, all while giving you all the suspense and emotions of a great movie. We're glad you're here to take the journey with us, because this story is about the winged hyena, and I'll be using my fiction non-fiction skills to captivate the audience for the next 10 minutes, or until the end of chapter 1, seeking to entertain, enlighten, educate, and hopefully connect with those of you who can relate to some of the stories and topics throughout the book. The setting of this story is any desert you want it to be, because hyenas mostly live in the desert, and because we only tell the story, we don't decide where you prefer to see it. Wherever the story begins in your mind, just remember, you're not alone in the journey, and the answers to all your questions are waiting in the upcoming chapters. In addition, don't be alarmed if you find some of these stories eerily familiar, because life happens daily, and with 8.5 billion people on this planet, there is bound to be someone who can relate to specific events throughout this book. In the event you do find parts of the story that resonates, either with you or someone you know, please don't hesitate to get down in the comments and list the chapter number or event. Also, your country of origin. We'd love to see just how many people connect with the story worldwide, because it's hard to tell a story no one has ever experienced, but it's not hard to tell the story that others were not willing to tell or have forgotten over time. So, let me just start by saying, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so and help get the word out all over these YouTube streets. Also, hit the bell so you'll be notified every time a new chapter begins. Again, thank you so much and welcome. So you already know the title of this story is The Winged Hyena. And you're probably wondering, why and how could a hyena grow wings? And if a hyena could in fact grow wings, can he then learn to fly? Well, these and many other great questions are the reasons artists like myself write in the first place, by using storytelling to spark conversation and answer questions, which not only tap into your imagination, but build connections as well. So are you ready to begin the journey? Good. Feel free to pause the video at any time to get your snacks, drinks, or whatever it is that puts you in a listening mood. Don't forget your imagination, because right now, this is about the winged hyena, and this is about story time. Now, close your eyes and imagine a place where wildlife is life, and life's order is implied, not written. A place where friends are sometimes food, and enemies settle their differences in blood, not conversation. That's where this story begins. Of course, this story starts way, way up where the eagles roam and nest. This is home to Ethan and Esther, the eagle couple, who have made this part of the desert their home for quite some time now. They understood the law of the land and moved accordingly, spending their days enjoying life, food, and love, until the day came that something would change that routine. In a good way, of course. Esther the eagle has discovered some formidable changes to her in her body, and she knows exactly what they are. Esther realized she was being set up by nature to become a parent. That's right, While Ethan is out hunting, Esther dropped 3 eggs into the nest and knows she's approximately 35 days from becoming a mom. Ethan doesn't know it yet, but his education will come tuition free once he arrives back at the nest. Esther is bursting with excitement as she waits for Ethan to tell him the good news. Notwithstanding, her stomach growls with anticipation because Ethan always brings home the goods, and she can't wait to see what's on the menu for that day. She waits patiently for her unknowing prince to return. Finally, that moment arrives, as she could see him in the distance, floating on air, with the glide of an experienced and determined hunter. The closer he gets, the more anxious she is to deliver the news. But she doesn't want to just blurt it out. She wants to make it fun. So she takes deep breaths to slow down her excitement. Kind of like you and I had to do to start this story. Esther is thinking of how to surprise her perfect person. Meanwhile, Ethan moves closer to home, flapping his wings once in a while to adjust his position in the sky, allowing him to scan the terrain for would-be challengers. Till now, there has been none. But kings are kings for a reason, and complacency is not an option for Ethan. You can see in the distance his long talons hanging on to what will soon become dinner for two. Ethan makes his final turn on the final approach to base, letting out one last screech to announce his arrival. There sits Esther, patiently waiting with a smile. "How did the hunt go, honey?" "It went great, dear." "We will eat well tonight." "Oh, I'm sure we will," quipped Esther. Ethan looks back at her, then asks, "Why are you smiling like that?" Esther replies, "Like what?" Ethan just looks and tilts his head in her direction, and who, by the way, is doing her best to stay calm. "I have a surprise for you." "Really?" said Ethan. "Yes." "Well, what is it, dear?" Esther raises up just long enough for Ethan to see 3 shiny eggs beneath her. "Oh, wow, you've been busy," Ethan said laughingly. Esther replied, "We've been busy." Both laughed as as Ethan made his way over to hug his princess. "I bet you're hungry about now, aren't you?" said Ethan. To which Esther replied, "Starving. I've got about 35 to 40 days before the fun starts, so we'll need to enjoy our time now." "By the way, Ethan, have you thought about names yet?" To which Ethan replied, "We don't know what we're having yet." "I say pick 3 names of each so we'll be ready for whatever." Esther agrees. Then Ethan says to Esther, "You first." "Oh, me?" Esther quips. "Yes. How about Stacy, Lacey, and Tracy?" "Oh, wow. That was fast," said Ethan. "Well, do you like them?" asked Esther. "Love them," replies Ethan. "Okay, it's your turn now," Esther jolts. "Okay, let's see. How about we use your method and go with... Let's go with Jason, Jackson, and Jack." "Oh my," Esther laughs. "Those are lovely names." "Very well then. It's settled," says Ethan. Then he asks, "You hungry?" "Starving," says Esther. "Well, let's eat." I'm Sunny B7, and this is the Winged Hyena, and you're listening to Storytime.